Hey guys, welcome back to the bearded Chokra and आज आपके लिए बहुत बड़ा surprise है because a lot of you guys have been really waiting for this series. Yes, I'm starting the intermittent fasting series and this is in collaboration with someone really special. छोटे-छोटे videos होने वाले हैं, बहुत सारे videos होने वाले हैं. I'm going to be answering a lot of questions related to intermittent fasting. So if you're someone who's a beginner who just wants to start intermittent fasting out, who already has maybe started intermittent fasting लेकिन थोड़े concepts clear नहीं हैं, I'm going to try and get all of those clear in this particular series. Don't feel afraid of asking your questions and sharing your experiences in the comments down below. आज का पहला topic is what is intermittent fasting. I'm starting with the basics over here, and with that, let's watch today's video. So guys, finally we are starting the intermittent fasting series and a lot of you guys have been asking me कि Karran कहाँ है channel पे Karran को लेके आओ. Long time, it's been 2 years since we actually first collaborated on this channel and so here he is. बहुत सारे लोग तो Karran को जानते हैं but for all the people who don't know you, just a basic introduction.
I'm Karran Kharas. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a sports nutritionist. Some of you guys know me as a model. And yeah, I've been doing some modeling, but mainly fitness is my passion. So yeah, that's what I do.
Apart from this, Karran, since how long have you been doing intermittent fasting?
I've been doing intermittent fasting for 3 years now.
3 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember actually texting you around maybe 2.5 years ago. And मैंने पूछा था कि what do I do to increase my testosterone? And you told me that start doing fasting. Yeah, and then it was just endless research that I did on this topic, and it's been 2 years for me as well that I've done intermittent fasting. What, according to you, is intermittent fasting? What would you say it is?
So, as the name suggests, it's fasting, but then it is basically allows you to feast and fast. So the one thing that I think what intermittent fasting mainly does is that it allows your body to do things that it wouldn't be allowed to do when there's food in your stomach. So it allows your body to focus on things that usually it doesn't get to do, because digestion after all is an activity. Like you may eat the food and you will forget about the food, but actually there are a lot of things happening inside you don't even know about.
Right. So and a lot of energy is spent as well for digestion.
Yeah. And most people don't realize the gift of being on an empty stomach. So that's extremely important. And also it takes quite a lot of time to actually get used to this.
Okay.
So that's the problem, as people get usually deterred in the start because they're not used to the idea of
not eating
for so long. They're like, faint ho jayega, chakkar aayega, kuch bhi.
Correct. So Karran, would you say that intermittent fasting is a diet or is it a lifestyle?
No, it's less of a diet. It's more like a change in your eating schedule. Yeah, that's the main thing.
Because I get this a lot that a lot of you guys ask me कि intermittent fasting diet में क्या खाना चाहिए, diet में क्या करना चाहिए. It's actually not a diet because there are no strict rules on what you should be eating and what you shouldn't be eating. There are strict rules as to when you should be eating and when you should not be eating. What is the type of intermittent fasting that you follow?
So I went into it slow. So in the start, I started with only a 14-hour fast. So I was on a ketogenic diet for around 6 months before that.
Okay.
So that helped me to use fat for fuel. So my body was already used to using fat for fuel.
Correct.
So then I just started fasting, and it was not much of a effort for me.
Right.
But
because
the only thing was
already low on insulin levels.
Yeah. And only thing is, in my head, it was a very big thing for me to like get up in the morning and not eat breakfast.
Especially when you need to work out and you need to expend so much energy.
So the idea of working out empty stomach, the only thing that came to my mind was muscle loss. That's the only thing and I was very scared of losing muscle.
Right.
But then later on, I understood that it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
So I started fasting, and in fact, I found out that I was having even more energy in the gym.
Right.
So and
the advantages of intermittent fasting, disadvantages, वो सारे एक अलग वीडियो में आएंगे. But as we came to know that you follow the hour-based intermittent fasting. So there's a day-based and there's an hour-based as well. तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है, you can either choose कि हफ्ते में 7 दिन है, आप 7 दिन में से 5 दिन नॉर्मली जैसे आप खाना खाते हो वैसे खाओगे, 2 दिन आप चुन के कुछ नहीं खाने का, या फिर you go on a calorie restriction.
Periodic.
Right. So there's a day, that's the day one, and then there's the hour one when जहाँ आप decide करते हो कि चलो 12 घंटे, 14 घंटे, 16 घंटे, 20 घंटे, 22 घंटे आप कुछ नहीं खाओगे, and then in the remaining time you eat. So have you ever tried the day one?
No, I have not yet tried the day one.
Okay.
As such. But I don't think I'll be able to do the day one with an intense workout. I think I'll have to not do the workout.
On that day. You'll have to skip it probably.
So I think without the workout, I think I can do that.
Okay.
Maybe in the future.
Right. So as per my experience, मैंने आज तक I usually do only one meal a day, and I started doing that in the last year itself. And with that, I have done 3 days or 2 days, 24, anything more than 40 hours. I've done long-term fasts as well. उसके क्या benefits हैं, all of that will be there in a separate video. It's actually very, very beneficial. The minute you cross the 36-hour mark, your body becomes really, really powerful.
Magic.
It's literally magic what happens in your body. Would you say that someone doing intermittent fasting, say that they skip breakfast and then for lunch and dinner they have any nonsense?
No, this is one of the main reasons why people are very interested in intermittent fasting, because they think that they can eat anything they want.
Right.
So yeah, you can kind of eat. Like it's a little more flexible than because you're not focusing on what you can eat. It's about when you can eat.
Correct.
But that doesn't give you an excuse to ignore the nutritious food that you're supposed to be eating. So if you eat a lot of junk, you're inevitably going to reduce the amount of healthy food that you're going to eat.
Exactly.
Because the amount of time that you're going to eat is itself going to be much
very less. Correct.
Less. So if you're going to fill your stomach with junk, it's not going to work.
Right. So the thing with junk is that it's a double-edged sword. It isn't giving you any nutrition on its own. Plus, if you have more of processed and junk food, it depletes all the nutrition in your body. So now the other thing with intermittent fasting is कि suppose आप एक point पे आ जाते हो wherein you are eating only 2 meals a day. Now, none of us will recommend you to directly start with 2 meals a day because it is like a shock to your body. आपकी अगर बॉडी को आदत है कि अगर हर 2 घंटे में आपको खाना चाहिए, that means you are at least consuming 4 to 6 meals a day.
Yeah.
So I think if anyone was to ask me, I would recommend them to first stop snacking, then cut down to 3 meals a day. Have only 3 solid meals, a breakfast, lunch and a dinner, and then skip that breakfast or skip that lunch, whatever suits your body.
Or another thing you can just do is just push your breakfast about half an
till
hour
it reaches lunch
ahead. Yeah. And one day you will not need to have breakfast.
Correct. अगर आपने इसे correct तरीके से नहीं किया and you reach a point wherein you are just eating 1 meal a day or 2 meals a day and you're not doing it correctly, there is a chance of you becoming excessively nutrition deficient because आप सिर्फ एक ही बार या 2 बार दिन में खा रहे हो, and अगर आप वो बराबर चीज़ें नहीं खा रहे हो और बराबर सीक्वेंस में नहीं खा रहे हो, then it can literally take a very negative toll on your body. And apart from that, the last thing that I think will sum this video up is that intermittent fasting puts you in a state wherein your body is not just running on glucose.
Yeah, it allows you to get into ketosis.
Right. So when you're fasting, when you're not eating, if it's more than say 14-16 hours, you're already producing ketones and a part of your body is already running on ketones.
To get into a state of ketosis, you need a low insulin level.
Correct.
So
Exactly.
You can either attain that by eliminating carbohydrates from your diet, or you don't eat, which is actually a better way to actually get that.
Right.
You'll get into deeper ketosis if you just don't eat.
Don't eat, right. So I think to sum the video up, what is intermittent fasting is just a way of eating and not eating. It's a periodic way of eating and not eating. You can choose to do a 12-hour fast जहाँ पे आप 12 घंटे कुछ ना खाओ और बाकी का 12 घंटे आप खाओ. But this was it for today's video. आपके जितने भी doubts है, जितने भी questions है, anything, silly से silly doubt भी होने दो. Just ask me in the comments down below. If I cannot answer it, I'll make sure that Karran helps in and make sure that your questions are answered. So that was it for today's video, guys, and we'll catch you in the second episode of the intermittent fasting series. So fasting, would you say intermittent fasting is a अरे जाना
इंट्रो भी कर दे यार वापस कुछ तो इंट्रो मेरा
ओके ठीक है एक और टेक लेते हैं नो प्रॉब्लम